And I'm not wearing a hat just for anything. I'm wearing a hat because we're having a tea party tonight. That's room for celebration, right? Are you going to cheer for that tea? Whoops. Honest, it's tea. Mm. So, I've been out, oh my gosh, since July 3rd when I broke my leg. But this is healed, and now I'm learning how to walk on it again. I'm quite excited about it. So I just want to thank you all for your cards and your letters and your prayers because they really helped. They lifted my spirits. But I've been out of the circuit way too long. I had this nightmare that I woke up and I dreamt that I forgot to sew. I said, that's it. I got to get back. I still remember, but I'm still pretty elementary. Just haven't had anything challenging to think about. So along with our tea party, I have this song. Are you ready? Okay, if you know it, you can sing along. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle and here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, then I shout. Just tip me over and pour me out. Yay! We did it! We can still sing. People accuse me of being the original romper room lady. So that's where all that comes from, all the singing. But take a guess. What's your quilt tonight? Tea party. Oh, you have to see this. Actually, Teresa has them all stacked up really good. And so she gets, are you going to show them?
Sure.
Okay.
Set
Okay.
your teacup
Okay.
in
We're
the
going to.
saucer. Just sit it right there because it's wibbling.
Put it on the table. This is my birthday teacup. Wouldn't you know, I broke my leg on my birthday and then I never even got to enjoy it. All right, the first one. It's adorable. Perfect Christmas present. Everybody go, "Aw, isn't it cute?" It's so cute. But it has a little pocket in it. And you actually have this in your pattern. And it says, "I wish we could sit down together and drink a cup of tea. But since we can't, when you have this, I hope you'll think of me." And so inside is a little, aww. This is a perfect Christmas gift. And you can get started right now and make one for all of your friends. And look at the little sweet fabric. Plus, if you have a lot of your family's antique doilies, and even if a mouse has chewed one half, you can still salvage it, right? And just put it right in there. I know about mice eating doilies. Anyhow, it's just one little one, so adorable. And the fabric is so fresh in here. This looks like the little blue teacups that you're using with overall flowers, little doily, simple border, easy quilting. You don't have to send it out to the long arm quilter. Yay! And look how simple it is. You can just do some straight stitching. Woo! And so fun. Okay, look. So Teresa, did you make all of these? If you think one is cute, how about 3? Are you ready? Isn't that cute? Just think of a little wall in your kitchen, that nice narrow wall. You can just put it right in there and just really dress up the area. This one has fussy cut on the little teacup. I love to collect teacups. I'm out of control, totally. When Teresa came over to my house yesterday, we got 40 just from my cupboard. That's scary, isn't it? I have a problem. And look at this one. Very, very, very modern looking, isn't it? Really fun. Oh, and we have to show that one really modern teapot that I have from my grandfather. Very, very
That's
cute.
From the other,
Do you know which
from the
one that
book.
is, Michelle? She knows exactly
it's
about
right
it when
here.
I mention it. Okay,
Oh, I-
another cute one. The border is just a stripe that's been cut. Mitered corners here, very easy to do. Very, very fun, and you can see the outline of it. And if you want to make it kind of Christmassy, You can do it in the dark colors. Make it real sweet, just like your real teacups, or get it ready for the holidays. Look cute. And this one has a little pocket too. And this is the best thing. I timed myself when I did just this center part. It only took me about a half an hour to do. So I just want to show you maybe one or two of my teapots. I said modern, and you guys all knew exactly which one I meant. Do you believe my grandfather brought this from Germany? I bet, I think I saw it when I was about 20 years old, and I'm 71 now. This has been in my family 50 years. Can you imagine? And I keep on thinking, none of my sisters really wanted it. We liked the old-fashioned looking ones, and so I keep on hoping that one of my granddaughters is going to like this. Do you think Kylie would like this? I don't know. Maybe. It's kind of really different, isn't it? And whoever would have thought that it was made in Germany and it's that old. It's so modern. Okay, but in contrast, I'll show you this one, because this is the one that my grandmother gave to my mom. We were raised with this whole set of china. My grandfather's sister painted the gold rims around the china in Germany. And so this type of thing is what he always brought home to us. And my mom had it forever, and when we closed house for my mom in Pennsylvania and brought her out here to California, I was the granddaughter that got this. And one day my mom was sitting in the living room. She was looking around, have a memory loss, and she said, "Oh, Elle, I used to have a teapot just like that one." So what's your memory, huh? So are you ready to sew? Yes. This is so cool. I love this. Okay. Oops, she's leaving me.
You're stuck? No, I was telling you to get that one.
Oh, to come get this one. Oh, you were going to run for that one. Oh, we have lots more, too, and we can share them all. Okay, I didn't trust myself with that very old teapot. How old do you think it is? I think it's from the early 1900s, don't you? Yeah, I think so. It's very, very special.
What happened to all the dishes?
Oh, you know what? We have a lot of the dishes and the cups. And, oops, I'm not very good driving this. Okay, so I'm back here. So, you know, we did lose a lot of the dinner plates. Okay, I'm just going to hop into my chair. It's called transfer, and Teresa, I'd feel a lot safer if you'd come and hold my chair. It's on wheels. I'm on wheels. It just doesn't go together. Okay, you hold the chair. Anyhow, we lost dinner plates. My mom was always out looking for dinner plates, but we ended up with a lot of the cups and saucers and, you know, all of the accessory pieces. Oh, I have the cream and sugar, too. And that didn't get broken. How about that? All right. So in my recovery, the one thing I could do was sew. Yes, and I'm so glad that I could do that. Could sew in my baby lock. I really loved it. And Teresa is so nice to me. She put a little kit together. And now, if you want to open your pattern, isn't it cute? Such a cute pattern. It's got the little teacup right on front. And I do have to tell you, this is not the first time that we did this little teacup. It's back from the past, from popularity. Okay, so this is really the book Christmas at Bear's Paw Ranch. This is still in print, and it was actually Teresa's daughter, Melissa, who designed this originally. It says Teacups, Melissa Varnes. And so Teresa's had a lot of calls, and Orion says, okay, let's just do this together. Let's get this out again. Well, Melissa was just a young, how old was she? She was a young teenager. I think this is the picture that was in the book. That
Yes,
was Melissa.
that was
And now she's married with a little baby with Warren. Isn't that cute? And you can just see, there's the proud mom and the dad too, I know that. Isn't it great how they grow up? Aww. And then in front of the barn. So Melissa's teacup. Too much fun. All right, Aunt, what is new and exciting in your pattern? Da, 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 da. Go, gas, go. There's a new template. This is actually our half rectangle too. When we were doing this from the Bear's Paw book, this patch was the hardest thing ever. Don't you think?
Yes, it was.
And now it's nothing. It's so easy. It's made it just so easy. So I think you'll really enjoy it. There, you guys have, I think, probably a little brown. All you do is peel that brown paper off. Okay, so let's just take a look at your pattern. On the very first page, you see all of the yardage charts there. You can make one teacup and you can make a set of 3 down the front. Very, very cute. And I'm going to start on page 2. How's that? Oh, yep, everybody's getting them out of there. You guys, take a look at that, and I'm going to show you that little step. Let me see if I can just slide these over. Okay, so you're going to take rectangles, and it's that mirror image thing that tries to trick you every time. So what you have to do is keep pairs wrong sides together. Otherwise, it won't work. Okay? So you take your pairs, you take a pair 3 by 6 of your background and also of your teacup, cut it on one diagonal, corner to corner. And this is what you get. Ta-da! So Teresa was chintzy with me. She kept the other half. No, she was very smart. She was very smart because she knows maybe she wouldn't get it back. But anyhow, let's just go ahead. This is going to be the background. The pictures are actually the reverse of what this is. This is my background here, and this is the white is my teacup. So it's still going to be easy. You can make it whatever color you want. So you're going to take these two like this, just one layer, and then you take the teacup, and it's going to go like this, like this. And so there are these long, perky kinds of points on these. And the reason that you have that, this particular template is unique because you have that 1/8 of an inch. It doesn't go right out to the corner. That's why you go, oh, it doesn't go clear out to the corner. On either end, there's about 1/8 of an inch. Can you see that, where Eric is? Oh, good. So that's why you want this one. That's what makes it really easy. So just take these pieces, flip them right sides together, and you have a very perky tip on the top and a very perky tip on the bottom. Okay, so you want to let it hang out. So then just take this one, flip it the same thing. So like this, you've got it right there and right there. And so all I'm going to do is sew these two together. And having been in surgery, taking all kinds of medication, everything starts to fall apart, and you're no longer perky. You lose everything. I think you lose your dignity too, huh? You lose everything. But I always had to have somebody come in at night for several weeks. There were always young men that came into my room at night to assist me to the bathroom. You just say, okay, just forget it and get it done. But anyhow, I really liked them. I liked my staff. I kept on telling them that I had a house in Julian, and that's where the accident happened. And they kept on saying, oh, Julian, bring us some apple pie. So when I left the nursing home, guess what I took in for them? I took about 6 apple pies in. And they got all excited. Okay, Teresa, press the seam toward the cup. Let me look. Do, 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 do. Read the pattern. Yes. Set the seam with the cup on top. Press toward the teacup. That would be the white. That's good.
I love this mat. I don't know. Ryan gave it to me, but I don't know what it is. A present mat. I don't know. That's all I know. I don't know who makes it. I love it.
I don't know the information either, but it is a top seller on.
It's very nice, very thick. I used it all day today.
So, you know, one thing I will tell you, the seam is not visible on the top side at all. The seams on the back just sunk right in. It's very smooth. That's cool. That's good. Okay, we love to get new tools, and this is my next tool. This is what I got when I did a retreat with Riley Blake. I have used turnables quite often, but most lately it seems that my turnables have been kind of getting warped and not sticking together. And this one I picked up when I was doing this project, and I really like it. I do have to tell you, it's not very good to cut sitting down. So forgive me if I can't do it. Okay, there's this diagonal line right here, and you just take a Fiskar?
It will change your angle.
It will change my angle?
Yeah.
I don't have it on my table.
Why don't we get you one?
Okay, try it. We'll find out. Okay? Okay, I'm going to cut this way until the other one comes, okay? So Teresa put Invisigrip on both sides of this ruler because you're going to see this one, this looks good. I have Invisigrip on there. Okay, let me just try this. That is the thing. Oh, I did one cut. Now I had my dinner. I must be doing really good. But see how nice this one rotates? And I found out that it doesn't fall apart. Okay, I did one really good. Oops, except one little clip down here. Oh, darn. I didn't get the corners. Okay. All right, perfect. Okay, so I used this angle in the ruler for this cut. Now, for the next cut, I have to turn the ruler over, and now it's going to line up upside down. Okay? And that's why you put Invisigrip on both sides. And especially if you're going to make a lot of Christmas gifts, you're definitely going to want to do that. Did you get me?
Sorry, I couldn't find it.
Uh-oh. I did pretty good. You weren't here to see it, Teresa. Okay, one cut. So, backwards. So, turn it, spin it. What's that?
Couldn't find it either.
Huh? Did he try to run and get it? You know what? It's not too bad. I'm just trying to apply more pressure because I found out this morning. Actually, I'm so lucky I asked staff to square up stuff for me. Is that lucky? Okay, that's upside down. There. Does that look like the sides of the cup? And was that easy? Yes. Let me tell you, before we had that ruler, that was hard to do. So that's much easier. Okay, turn the page. And this is kind of a funky little book. I like it, but you got to follow the page number. So open it up and look for page number 3. Okay, so we got to get that little pocket in there. So cute. Well, right in the center, you have, oops.
Can I press for you?
She forgot to press down the top. Okay, it's okay. So it looks like she cut rectangles for the center the same size. But to make the pocket, if you just fold over the top a little bit, if you only make it 4 3/4, okay, you did good. Okay, so now this is just the top of the pocket. Fold it over, you can just do a little hem. Actually, the pattern says a 4 and a 1/2 inch piece, right? Yeah, so don't do what Teresa did. Do what the pattern says. Huh? She's in trouble. Oh my gosh, I even forget how to run my sewing machine. This is awful. Oh my goodness. It was a nightmare, I'm telling you. Don't stay there so long you can't remember what to do. And then I thought, I also dreamt in the same dream that I didn't remember how to cook. There. Isn't that cute? See right in there? So cute. That's how easy that little pocket is. And now these two pieces, the sides are just going to go flipped right sides together. It says you could go ahead and baste the little pocket, but I'm going to cheat. Is that okay? You could cut out a whole minute. So just flip it right sides together. Keep it still. We have these really cute little pins that we could put on, but I saw they were a little large and they shifted my work. Okay, that's one side. Ta-da! Cute! And see what happens down at the bottom here? It's the angle that you have to go in 1/8, and so this is not a 45. So if it were a 45, it would go in easier, but now you've got that little angle right there. And all you have to do is just take this little one, flip it right sides together. It's always fun to have nice little projects like this, especially with Christmas. And you use such a little bit of fabric. And it doesn't take long. Whoa, I'm taking off. Whoa. I spent so much of my time using my start-stop button. Okay, so that I didn't have to use my foot pedal. All right, that's that. And while Teresa takes and presses this, and let's see, it says to press the seams toward the center. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Diane. You read it, huh? Okay, so now we got to get the saucer, and it's just a strip, and I highly recommend that you go ahead and look at the direction of the saucer at the bottom, because this would be real easy to mess up. There's cute little squares. They are probably 1.5 inches square in the background. You just put them right in the corner. I have an friction pen. This is really cool. I like this. Look at the point on that. It's almost like a marker, and I found out it really worked well on this, because when you just take it and mark there, you know that if you draw the line and you make a mistake, you can just put a little steam on it and it'll disappear. This is entirely different. I like this one. So this is what I'm saying. Keep your top of your pot or your cup on top so you see you've got the right angle. Is it right? Yes. I haven't been thinking very clearly lately. The medicine gets you all messed up. It does, doesn't it? You get all messed up. Okay, one side, just flip it around, and you can do the second side. So what do you think so far? Pretty easy? Yep, pretty easy. Well, I had to have different people babysit for me. Brian wouldn't let me be alone. He still won't let me be alone. And so I had to always approve and get a sitter. And one weekend, I didn't have a sitter. So I asked my grandchildren, Ellie, who is 9, to babysit Grandma. But we figured she could call 911 if she had to, right? Okay, so I'm putting a 1/4 inch line right on there, cutting off that little corner, and then turning it around the other way. And her little brother Jonas just insisted he go and help babysit Grandma too. And so when they got there, what do you do when you babysit Grandma? You sew with her. You teach her how to sew. And so, okay, press those down. I had some of these pieces of owls from Quilt, and I had always wanted to finish that project but never had time. So I got them both going on it. They had such a wonderful time. There, is that right? Okay, what do you think? It's feeling good. Okay, so I like to have my seams right on the top. And we used, it's like a felt that we have here at Quilt in a Day. Orion and I talked, what is the fiber actually, Orion?
It's bamboo blend.
Yeah, it's bamboo. Okay, I need, I need a jumper. A jumper, I'm going nowhere. These little things, I'm so glad I didn't throw them.
Oh, did you get a jumper?
Yes, I have a little jumper. That's all I need to get me going. Sometimes you get stuck and you can't get started right in the end. And so with a little jumper, and you can grab hold of it, and I'm still, finally getting it going. So it was really an interesting material that you don't have raw edges with this felt. And I had cut them all with the Quilt cutter, and it was just so much fun. And they showed their daddy, and he is now the head of the princes, the Indian princesses. And he said that he was going to bring all 40 of his girls here and let me teach them how to make owls. Okay. That'll be fun. Okay, so we've got that. And I'll give this to you in just a minute. So now the next thing we need are the sides. So it's missing something. What's it missing? A handle. So let's just put this wide piece of background on one side and this narrow piece on the opposite side. You think we'll fit our handle right on there? Perfect, perfect. Okay, so flip it right sides together and put all of those seams on. Whoop. So I haven't been able to sew in Julian because my sewing room is up a flight of stairs. Oh, 9 sewing machines and I couldn't get to one of them. Is that awful? I have this great classroom upstairs in Julian, but I didn't. Okay, one side, turn it around, put the little narrow side. We're doing good. But the cooking, oh my goodness. There are about 5 girls from Quilt in a Day that took mercy on me, and they kept delivering dinner to my house. Was I lucky? I know. I'm going to tell them I still can't walk. See how long it can go on, huh? Okay, the side, and I'm going to go over that big old bump that I made right there. Whoa, hold your breath. Ah, well, just look from the right side. Okay, Teresa, so press it open. Lovely red thread. Okay, press it to the sides. Don't look in the back.
Okay.
Don't look in the back. Okay, and so this is my little template right here for my handle. You see it right on in your paper. Make it out of template plastic. And I'm making sure that I'm on with it. It's okay. I can draw it right now, can I? Yep. Okay, so let's just put it right up there and get my friction pen again. And this is a good time to use it because if you make a mistake, then you can just go ahead and steam it right out. Okay, one side and then the other, and you're going, ooh, this looks tricky. Good? All right. Now comes the genius. See if I can do it. Okay, so it's just this narrow bias strip. It's 1 1/4 inches wide, longer. It was cut in the bias. You can see the ends. There's a piece of yarn. Did you make that knot for me? There's such a knot in here. This morning I bragged about how good I was. I couldn't do it. So she fixed it, but I'm going to make Teresa show you what you can really do. Okay, so now there's a knot on the string, and I think I'm going to go across and get your handy dandy tool ready. Teresa, she said she wasn't going to show it, but I said, oh, you have to. So I'm just going to sew down my string. I'm going to live cautiously. Okay. And then just enclose it down the middle and just sew your 1/4 inch seam. Oh, I know, I remember. You're supposed to trim the seam to 1/8 of an inch. I forgot to do that. That was my second mistake. Do you have yours ready?
Well, it's already
No,
ready.
your mom's trick.
Oh,
Remember?
Well, yeah, but I don't have one sewing. Yeah.
Oh, you can't do it with your trick? You
What
can
do you mean?
turn, oh, you can turn mine. Okay,
See if you can do it, and then
you
I'll
trim
show
it
you.
1/8 inch.
You know, actually, don't tell Ryan, but he had a girlfriend. I don't know when, but he brought me these spaghetti. What do you call these strips? Spaghetti strips.
Oh,
He wanted
spaghetti
to
strip.
fix this green dress for a girlfriend because he wanted to show up, but he wanted me to show him. But anyway, look at this, how these, and when I grew up, my mother always just had wire. And look how easy it is, and I can go back and forth.
She said when she was young, her mother gave that it is a coat hanger.
Yeah, see, you just, and I have it folded because I can use it very long, but when they're little things, it's so easy. So, and I trim it. Oh, that's because you didn't want to show yours, huh? You show what you need to do.
Should I cut it off?
No, no,
Maybe can I do it?
I hope so.
You should see how easy she does it. She's making me do this. Darn it. 10 minutes later. Wait.
Could have been.
What's
Okay,
that?
well, it was Teresa. I just remember Ryan about, I don't know, a few years ago, brought me a dress, and you're right, it might be Teresa. Well, I don't know. His wife, I'm not, his wife, Teresa, is the same name as me. But it was a green dress, a spaghetti, and he wanted to fix it. And so I showed him. He had to go and get a bolt of fabric or something to do. It had to be on the bias. I said, you need to have it on the bias. But anyway. Well,
Keep talking. Oh, I got it started.
okay, let's
Getting
see.
it started is the hardest part. And once you get it started,
All right, you got it.
you guys don't really need a coat hanger. No, that it is hard to get started.
You just get a little tip from the front here and your coat hanger and hope it works for me. Don't let it get loose, but keep pushing it in with your fingers. Watch, it's not going to work for me now. Like Eleanor says, once you start it, don't let it go. See?
It's
Don't let
getting
it
it
loose.
started.
Don't let it loose like I did. Keep pushing it in, and it's up there. That's it.
It's really
see?
cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Okay, so now if you just press it, and you can press the seam down through the center, it's pretty much laid out. And
Through
so
the
now
center?
you guys are going, okay, fine. We got it turned, but how do we get it in there, huh? How do we get it in there? You take handy dandy seam ripper, and right here you unsew the seam About a 1/2 inch, just something wide enough to slip that in there. And be very careful. Ooh, I'm doing it, I'm doing it. Okay, so there's one little hole there. And then go right up here to this one. And just put your seam ripper right in there. And just rip just a little bit. That works good. Now, all you have to do, okay, we had Orion and I do it different ways. You have a glue stick, and this is what makes it so easy, sew line. We were pinning it when we originally did this. Forget pinning. It's too hard. But anyhow, I just took my glue stick and I glued my mark. Now, Orion would like you to glue your bias. Either way works, and we checked the pattern. Doesn't say which way. So it's all up to you. Is that exciting? Okay, and I think, and it's blue, so you can't even see the glue stick. Oh, you guys are having a little joke. What's your little joke? So let's just cut off the end here, and you just take this and insert it right into the opening. Whoop. Use your handy dandy stiletto. Right here is where you really want to kind of stretch and work and press to get it around this curve. But even if it doesn't lay perfectly flat now, when you take your steam, you'll be surprised how you can just really press that in place. Okay, so we're down around. Okay, looking okay? So just cut off the other end and just stick it in there. And you can go back, you can hand stitch this little opening, or you can just sew it by machine, however you want. And after you press it down, go ahead and edge stitch it or do whatever. You know what I'm all excited about? Did you see that PBS in San Diego is bringing in Create, which is, that's all the how-to programs? And so I'm going, ooh, maybe they'll air Quilt in a Day in San Diego again. That's really exciting. Okay, so okay, see, she's the expert at it. Perfectly flat, right? Good. Looks good on the front. I'll have to take that one home with me and finish it. Okay, so now we have one more little thing to add to the bottom. Oh, do you have the piece that you showed how to edge stitch? Let's look at this one. Okay, so you can show them, Eric. This one is just edge stitched on both sides, and there's just a little bit of sewing right down here on the outside edge, so you don't have to do that by hand. All right, and so now we need the doily right here. The doily, this is so that it looks like it's sitting on a little table. You could actually make this table color, but it is the same background color. Okay, you want to really center the doily. Oop. Okay, so I'm going to check these little points right here. Doesn't look centered, huh? How about, is that little part right there lined up with the middle? I think it is. Don't you? I think it is too. Okay, so just use about a 1/8 inch seam. How are we doing? We're getting it done. We have just worked. Okay, let me get the needle 1/8 inch in. This time I'm going to sew on the fabric when I do it. This morning I totally missed the fabric, but Eric wasn't close enough, so nobody knew. I shouldn't tell you my little secrets, huh? See, it's better when you do it the second time. Good. So now all you have to do to finish this is add a strip at the top and a strip at the bottom, like this. Okay, you're going to put that strip there, And then fold that down, because I'm thinking, I bet any money if I just show you this, you could figure it out, right? You can figure it out. And then comes your little borders around the outside. Isn't it nice? It's just such a great, oh, I don't have the little borders. But look at this. There it is. And now it's finished. Thank you. Yay, we did it, we did it. I'm happy we had to finish because we finish our tea and we have another project for you. Do you believe you got 2 patterns tonight? They're both very, very cute. Really, really cute. Okay. So that was fun.
You want to go in your chair that way?
Yeah,
on
can I
this
go
chair?
on my chair?
Yes.
Let me see. Okay, so you're going to pick these little things up.
Yes.
And you can fold up your little pattern with your little template. And let's see if I can kind of work around the table for the next pattern. I should walk for you. You would be very entertained. No, don't. Thank you. Thank you. Well, so Teresa's been working on a whole other set of patterns. And what's so cool about it is that it uses jelly rolls. Oh, and no jelly rolls. Oh, there they are. Okay, let's keep on going. Let's get around to the front. Watch the iron. Jelly rolls. And Quilting a Day has such a good price on these very same jelly rolls. Nothing like teasing you, huh? How many of you have a jelly roll and you don't know what to do with it? Yeah, that always happens. That's what everybody says. They collect them, but they're just beautiful. This one is very country looking. This is one of my favorites with the country blue, the brown, and red. I love these colors. Very, very pretty. It is a Moda. And then there's another one that's very bright. It's really fun called Bright Sun. It's got yellows in it. It's pinks, turquoise, white, etc. Oh, a little bit of yellow in there. Beautiful. Bright Sun. Great. And this is the one that's great. How many times do you say, I wish that I could buy a jelly roll with only white in it, only background in it? Yes? I've said that plenty of times. And this is what Moda did. They're all different prints, but they all have the same background. It's always a certain color in Moda background. And so we have this one too. This is called Silver Linings. What a very appropriate name, Silver Linings. So you want to see the project? Yes. Okay, you have the pattern. It's called Basket Weave Quilt, and it's actually, Teresa found it in Barbara Brackman's pattern identification book. It's an old pattern. It was designed by a woman called Glenna Boyd, who wrote Aunt Kate's Quilting Bee. Doesn't that sound old-fashioned? It looks so simple, but look at how beautiful it is. Ta-da! Ah, ooh. So you can use all 39 jelly rolls, have one left for a twin size. So it's just really fun. There's 13 rows, and I think this one is twin size. At least it sure looks like it, doesn't it? Okay, and there's not a whole lot to get. You do have to get, besides the jelly rolls, you just need one background, something for the lattice. Okay, you pick 3 fabrics, and since this is all scrappy, you can put any 3 together. 1, 2, 3. And sew those strips from one end to the other, press the seam to one side, and then cut it up. And the way this one looks, this one, it starts out with an even row. We call it an even row because it has a little 2.5-inch lattice. These are cut into 5-inch widths. So there's 8 5-inch widths across, and at the very end, there's another lattice. Wow, huh? So then the second row, just 2 rows. This is a set of 3 strips again. You just sew 3 strips. But this time, this has a 3 3/4 inch rectangle in the beginning, then all 5-inch rectangles finished with another 3 3/4 inch rectangle. Easy? So this is even, this is odd. You just keep on repeating. Easy, odd, easy, odd. So what you should do, let's look at it again.
Oops, I'm gonna show the back. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's too
but I
busy,
want
isn't
to look at the front, at the
Okay,
brown.
sorry.
Because what you really need to do before you sew your 3 strips together, look for the dominant color, the color that just pops out at you. And in this one, the color is probably brown. So you want to evenly space the color like the brown throughout so that you don't have them all together. It's really good if you lay them out on the design wall or on a bed before you sew these rows together. And you actually have to decide on that before you make it odd or even too. Okay, and look at the binding. Isn't it cute? It's adorable. I like the back on this one, very fall. Ooh. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, on this one, completely different from the Scrappy. This was a jelly roll, but do you see how the 3 strips sewn together are all similar in value, different prints? And who made this, Teresa?
Aiko.
Aiko, this is beautiful. I know Aiko kept on saying hers was beautiful. And so you can see it starts out even again, odd, even, odd. Whoops. Say that again. Even, odd, even, odd. See, I can still do it. Okay, so what's the dominant color in this one? The red and also the brown. So you've got 2 to deal with. And Aiko really kind of sorted it with like a light, then a deeper one, light, deeper, light, deeper, and so on. So it's like scrappy but planned, huh? Scrappy but planned. And I know that Sue said it took her about 1 day to sew her top. Isn't that good? A quilt in a day. Whoa!
This is one of my students on Monday night, Trish.
Trish did this one. A student made this one. This is very beautiful colors. What a great jelly roll. And so dominant color is definitely the blue and the red. And it's kind of interesting. It seems that she put, a number of times she put the red and the blue next to each other. That's really good. And just what's great about it is it's finished with edge-to-edge quilting. So if you send yours out for quilting, this is the less expensive method of quilting because it's so overall, you can't hardly even see the quilting in it, right? That's really pretty, and I love the yellow backing and the red. Very, very pretty. This one looks very modern coming up, huh?
This is mine.
Oh, I recognize this jelly roll. I recognize it. Very, very pretty. Very similar in layout. This is only a lap robe. This has, it has 11 rows in it, and it only uses 33 strips. So you've got 8 that you don't have to like. Is that right? Or 7. Maybe 7 you can toss and start all over again. Now look at this one. Look at the back. Whoa, this is Gail's, right?
This is
Gail's.
yes.
And Gail chose to use this dark, beautiful turquoise in between some colors that we haven't seen. It looks like this is maybe from her home. And also kind of like a medium, a light. She's got them all laid out so that there's like the green, second green is clear down there. The yellow is at the bottom. Nice spacing between the light and the light. So you really do, even though it's scrappy, you do need to do a little planning. Oh, look at the back. Oh, show the back. See, that's what she did with the leftovers. Whoa, Eric, cool.
And these.
You know, you can always do that if your fabric isn't quite wide enough and you don't want to go and buy a whole other length. It's inexpensive that way. We know all these things. Okay, so those were all from Jelly Rolls. This one Sue did by purchasing her fabric. She just did 6 different fabrics, and she did the blues always the same, and then the reds and browns always the same. So if she started out with the odd, it's easy. If you have planned, you always make the same one odd right in the beginning and at the end. Wow, what a show, huh? I know Teresa said everybody started making it in her class. They just loved it. And if you've ever seen those jelly rolls, they call them jelly roll quilts, where they sew the short ends, the 2.5-inch ends together and just have a whole big long just row, and they have a race to see who could sew it the fastest. They say it's just as fast as that, but probably a lot more interesting, don't you think? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think so. Okay, so I'm glad Teresa's back there putting it all together. Let me see if I can scooch. And I left my pen. You don't want to see me pick that up. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it. Okay. So you can do any number that you really want. You could make it narrower too, huh? So Teresa already has her all of her rows already sewn together and numbered, and she put the pins in. You can see these numbered pins are really coming out good. The numbered pins, and now they had to get cute. They had to get cute little numbered dress forms. Look at that. No boring pins here. This is tennis on both sides. Okay, so she figured out this was row 1. She's got here, then row 2 and row 3, and she left row 4 and 5 for me, and I said, well, do I get to keep this quilt? Okay, so here's the lattice. So if this is number 4, does that mean this starts even?
Number 4 starts even. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this is the picture. I'm sorry. I have to read the directions because.
Was there a short one in there?
Layer even.
No, okay, that
So
that
even
settles it.
rows, right?
That settles it. It is even because Teresa cut for row 4 8 5-inch pieces. Okay, so this is going to be really easy to do. It's just a lattice in the beginning and every one after it. So that's going to be really easy, and I'll show you how this one goes. So this one, she did a 3 3/4 inch, 2 of them, one for the beginning and one at the end. And then everything else is in between. And so you can really assembly line. When I saw this, I thought, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I'd have to just take my time, and I've got to assembly. Okay, so you're going to start out with the lattice. This is 2.5 by 6.5. If your seam is a good 1/4 of an inch, all of the seams are pressed in one direction. Very, very easy. I personally like to press only a pair, 2, and then once I've pressed that, add on the 3rd one. Teresa just says, oh, she doesn't really mind if she presses 3 in a row. I just think that you get a better press. Okay, so with this odd row, you have to start out with the lattice right on the front, like that. And so then, to make it easy, you can just go ahead. The next one would be a lattice after it, right? So if you just put your 2 stacks right here, you don't have to actually start and stop. You can assembly line this whole stack. So you're just going to go ahead and put this one right after it. Ta-da! And I always grab my stiletto if I have to stretch it a little. Ta-da! We have a guest stripper in the audience. Where are you from? From Texas. And she said she only likes to strip. Good for her. Okay, so see how you can just go ahead, assembly line sew until you get done with these, and then this one goes right on the end again. All right? So it's not time consuming. So what do you think, Miss Stripper? You think you can do this one, add it to your repertoire, add it to your dance? Okay, so then you've got these all sewn on. You can go ahead and just assembly line press. Just set the seam. Did you see that? See, I did that just to make you feel better. Do you feel better now? Good. Okay, so see, just set your seam, boop, 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 open up. Ta-da! So see, it's just going to go right there. And you're just going to keep on adding each one of these pieces all down the row until it's all one long row. Good? Yes. What do you think? Pretty easy. Okay, and so I'm so glad that Teresa did all the work already. So now she's going to take the rows that she did earlier, and are you going to want me to hold them for you?
Oh, you mean to put it on the design wall?
Yep. You want to see it on the design wall? Sure. Okay, so remember I have row 3 and 4.
Yes.
No, 4 must be 4 and 5.
So maybe you
5.
want to start from the bottom?
You want to start from the bottom?
Yes.
See how did you see how she's got these all numbered, folded nice? I love it when Teresa does my work because it's always neat. Okay, this is number 13. And 13 means it's a lap robe. 13 rows means it's a full row. Is it a lap robe?
13
A lap.
No, 13 is a full.
Oh, 13 rows is a twin?
Yes.
Look how quickly I forget. Okay, so she's
12.
going to start at the bottom. Take out, you're going to leave the pin in?
No.
Okay, you want me to take it?
Please.
So what I have now for my little numbered pins is I like to just stick it back into a pin cushion, and I put them in numbered order. I think that's the only thing organized on my sewing table. Okay, so
11.
Orion's on it.
11.
Uh-huh, I think so. 11. And then 10. I was going to say which one goes at the top. So see, she's getting a little mix between them.
That's my favorite.
This is the sunny
sun.
days. That's pretty. So this jelly roll is available. You don't even have to think, just copy Teresa's. Yay! Number 8. And do you like to start with the dark at the top? No.
No.
You
in the
only-
bottom.
But when you start sewing, your dark would be at the top.
This
Okay.
one you're talking about?
This is what I mean. If you start here, well, how?
What are you saying?
Okay, and 6. Okay, let's just see this. This, although you can't really tell. Do you start here?
Oh, yes. I always start with a selvage that you see how you have white in the selvage. I always try to keep it on the same side. And I tend to start with it. That way, if I need my strip, I know what I need to cut. Because look how much extra it has. And then these, you don't have it at all. You see?
I do know, if you read the pattern, it'll say be very skimpy when you cut off, straighten the edge for the 3 3/4 inch rectangles because it's tight. It's very tight. You can get it, but it's tight. Don't just whop off a big old straightening in the beginning.
And
then
maybe I will put it on the side.
Look at
Is that
that
okay?
one.
I'm going to put this on the
Sunny,
side because
that's very bright. Oh, that's so bright
it's
and
just
pretty.
quite rich.
That color, that melon, is really nice. And so that's why she selected this beautiful melon color for her little lattice going through there. You can see how beautiful that's going to be.
Yes.
Good.
And
One more.
that's all I had.
I think it's
See?
amazing. That's a jelly roll.
And that's the only one left over.
Oh, and there's one she didn't like.
And the other 3.
Ooh, look at this. You can put that into the Moda background roll.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
And is that it?
That's it.
That's it.
Thank
That's the way it
you.
goes.
Thank you.
Cool. Aren't those nice little patterns? 2 of them all nice. Okay, I'm going to come around here.
Do you ladies have a show and tell? Oh,
Yeah.
bring it over.
Oh, cool. Pat has another show and tell. Sandy has a show and tell. Oh, my goodness. Look at Diane.
All right, ladies.
Diana. Ooh, I like it. Yvette, did you just stand up to let her out? Oh, darn. Oh, and I missed it. You should have brought it for me. That would have been fun. That is beautiful. Look at all of the beautiful colors of blue.
You want to come here?
That is gorgeous.
I think he will see it. Okay.
Yeah, your light will be on it. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Ta-da! You like blue, we can tell. Uh-oh, come back. Ooh, Anna, look at yours. See, you guys have been busy while I've been gone. Yay! Look at the pink. Come right over here. Who is this for?
That is beautiful.
Oh my gosh, good. That is
That is
beautiful.
beautiful.
Did you use scraps for
Yes,
then in the
yes.
9 pats?
In the
Did
9
you?
pats, all scraps. I already had them all cut, and I didn't know what I was going to do with them.
Are you
So I
serious?
saw this one.
Did you cut them with an AccuQuilt or just
No,
just
hand cut.
just your hand cut? Oh, I'm impressed. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Good for you. And have your scraps multiplied when you put them in a can? They always multiply. I know, you seem like you can never get rid of it. All right, Sandy, let's see.
Aw.
Oh,
6 or 8 years ago, went to Sedona. My husband bought me a stack of fabric. They were a third of a yard. There's like 30 pieces. They're
yes.
still sitting on the shelf from, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. So I thought that'd be perfect for this.
It
I
is.
really like it.
It's
They don't use
beautiful.
purple and green much anymore. But while I was rummaging through the stacks, these blocks were already made. Heaven forbid I would have sewed them at the time, but
And so
it's
let me
really
see this
easy
one.
to get them backwards though.
Oh,
I did as much unsewing as I did sewing, but it's cute, isn't it?
how fun.
And I use the
Everything left?
there's not hardly anything left. See,
Cool.
I'm out of flowers.
That
so
looks
I put
great.
The flowers on the back.
That is great. Now you have to tell your husband to take you back to Sedona.
Back to Sedona.
Back to Sedona. Oh, that is great. Cool. One more.
This is
You've
Pat's.
been sewing. Oh, this is Pat's.
I love making that block. It was so much fun.
Colors are really
But
pretty.
I had those 5-inch squares, what are those called?
Charm squares.
Okay, I had one of those.
Uh-huh.
So it didn't turn out like I wanted it.
But it's cute. It's really cute. Plus, now you get to see what size it is. Did you use everything in the charm pack? Great. Great.
You know what? That goes really fast.
So now the Ruby McKim stuff, all the
Oh.
Ruby McKim stuff.
Okay.
Good. But there's more before your prizes. Good job, everybody. That's great. So how come none of you have been saying, and what are we doing next year?
Oh yeah, what are we doing?
What are we doing next year? Well, I had this plan. I wanted to do something a little easier instead of expecting you to make a quilt every month. Would that be nice? Well, now this is your challenge. This is your challenge. This is what's going to happen to you. So those of you that have been with me know that I love Ruby McKim. She was the designer in the 1930s. And Ruby McKim's book, 101 Patchwork Patterns, is the first quilt book that I ever bought. And she really started this whole revival of quilting because she said, I think quilts should be made with the sewing machine. Yay! And this was her 100th year, or could have been 100th year since she first started promoting quilting. Yeah. And so there is a club that's been put out. It's called Ruby's Designs Worth Doing Club. And we're going to bring it here to Quilt in a Day. This is what I want to teach. So they have beautiful fabric. I'll show you that in just a minute. And they have smaller projects that Ruby designed. They have a whole fabric line. Right now they have 6 months of projects started. They're smaller projects, like these little cute bags. And this is actually a little baby bonnet, an apron, a little travel case, little things that she taught, and they are reproducing her patterns. And this is the fabric line. You want to hold on to this? See, it's really designed by her granddaughter. Isn't that sweet? And she's been in touch with us, and she's all excited that we're going to do it. These are the fabrics. I actually purchased all of this fabric for you in May. And then I didn't know I was going to have my accident. But they are beautiful 1930s reprints. And my concept is that we would make you a kit out of these fabrics, and that maybe you would just bring your sewing machine. Oh, you're at night. How are we going to do that? We'll figure it out. You might just have the little lecture and then go home and do it the next day. Just call in sick from work. But anyhow, these are all of her lines. These are called Vintage 30s Ruby's Treasures, fabrics that she used. And I also want to show you some of the quilt patterns. They're very popular quilt patterns that she put in her first book, 101 Patchwork Patterns. I was lucky enough to get one of Ruby's Antiques. A number of years ago, I wrote Easy Strip Tulip, and that is Ruby's. And so, of course, I did it with strips. And it was just a lot of fun to do. So this is one of the classes that I want to teach you. I want to give you this book. But she also did, besides all of those little cute prints, she did like red work and blue work. And I have a number of her quilts that I can bring and show you. I have her birds and quite a few things that I've collected. And if you like to do that, you can, or you can. Do you like to do red work, Anna? She does? Yes. Oh, you could do it for all of us. I could show you how to do it by machine, but I'm not very good by hand doing a little stem stitch. It's just so much fun. So that's my idea, that we're going to do the Ruby McKim Club. And if we run out of Ruby McKim material, antique quilts to show you, patterns we can do quickly from Ruby, I have tons of other antique quilts, and I know the women that made them. And I'd like to show you that too. How's that sound? So it won't be so challenging for everybody. Get this quilt done, but make this nice project and learn about some of our past. I'm quite concerned because I see a lot of the people that are teaching right now aren't really teaching history and our past, and I think that's important for us to remember. So, yay, maybe you can finish something, huh? So I hope you had enough fun. I'm glad to be with you tonight. So have a great evening. Enjoy. Thank you.